dreams in their lives, and usually their dreams cost money. Sustainable Development Goal number 4 is quality education. With most people nowadays wanting to have a quality education, it is hard when money becomes an issue. When people's dreams cost money, it is hard to make a dream come true in some households. They may not hold the best jobs and are not able to keep a steady paycheck coming in. When that is the case, it is usually because they didn't get the quality education that they needed. The background on education, why a quality education is important, and the cost of education all play a huge role as to why the society is the way it is today. Everyone should be able to get the education that they deserve so that they can accomplish their dreams. Years ago, kids didn't have to attend school or didn't go to very many years of school. They would not have to go to school because they had to work on the farm or it was hard for them to get to school. They didn't have the luxuries that we have today, like cars, buses, or subways to get them to school. Some kids were not able to attend school due to having to stay home and work on the family farm. With working on the farm, kids do learn common knowledge from what their parents know and have taught them. While having the knowledge of what your parents have taught you, it is still very important to have an education. With some families not being able to afford sending their kids to school, it is hard for that child to have a fulfilling life where they can experience all they want. Some kids from other countries couldn't afford to go to school because they didn't offer it. Usually they didn't offer it because they couldn't afford to hire teachers or to buy curriculum for them to learn. Even now, some countries still struggle with that. According to the History of Quality Education, last updated in 2019, UNESCO helped set up goals to try and help poor nations or countries which were not capable of meeting these requirements of helping kids out and being able to get the teachers and materials they need. From the 1930s to the late 1960s, racial segregation was going on between whites and colored people. While they weren't able to use the same restrooms or water fountains, they were also not able to attend the same school. White people would have white people teach them that had a previous education, while colored people had colored people teach them that didn't really have an education. The whites obviously got the better education out of the deal and were able to learn more. After the segregation ended in the late 1960s, the education got better for the colored, and they were able to get a better education like the whites. Teachers are one of the most important parts as to why the education is so important and crucial for students. They are the stepping stones that help mold the kid into what they want to do for the rest of their life. A quality education helps teach kids about basic information that they will need to know in the real world. According to Quality in Education, last updated in 2018, since 2000, huge efforts have been made to include more children in schooling. Unfortunately, quality in education and in schools was not given equally high priority. If school is not a huge priority in our country, then it shows that it shouldn't be a huge priority in teachers and students. They also said that in addition to ensuring that all children are guaranteed schooling, it is vital that schools offer high-quality education, which is a huge problem. In schools today, many teachers are willing to help their students. It's just that they may not have their whole heart into doing their job. It's hard when the teacher isn't willing to help out the student or put time into helping them. According to Quality Education, last updated in 2018, said many children across the world cannot read despite of having attended school for several years. When kids attend school for several years and then are not able to read and write, it shows that the teacher may not have helped the student like they needed to. Quality education also states that the right to education is not only the right to access education, but also the right to receive an education of good quality. Education must be available and accessible, but also acceptable and affordable. The education students receive needs to happen at a good quality done with teachers that care. When you have a good teacher who is willing to help you and push you to do your best, they and you will want the best for yourself. There are colleges all around the world, and most colleges are very expensive, which make it hard for some kids to afford to go to college. Most people just look at the overall sticker price of the school, of what the school is going to be, and then base that off of if they should go to that college. If college would just lower their costs, they would have so many more kids attending. According to the Importance of Lowering College Tuition, last updated in 2018, said if there are more kids going to college and the college is getting more money, which can make the campus better, they can offer more scholarships and teachers' pay can increase. But increasing tuition only makes colleges less populated and makes less kids want to attend. Also, some kids just straight up choose not to go to college because it would be a hassle to try and find the money to even go, and they don't want to be a bother to their family asking for help. In the long run, though, having a college degree is what sets you apart from someone who doesn't have one. It is hard for kids to find the money to go to college when they don't want to have to worry about being in debt their whole life. College just overall needs to find a way to make it cheaper so it can be more publicized for everyone. Many more kids would go to college if it was cheaper. They also would get a better paying job to accomplish their dreams. Many kids don't get the quality education they deserve. With that being said, we may not think that they are getting the best education at small towns that we are from right now, but they are what is impacting us to do our best. With being from a small town, we are creating a bond with our teachers, and we are able to help push each other to have them teach us the best that they can and to have them push us to work our hardest. With college being very expensive, it is also what will set you from having a better paying job than someone without a college degree. Between all the money and effort put into quality education, it also pays off in the end when you can accomplish your dreams and goals.